Good evening and welcome to I'm trying to do the fucking intro. Good evening and welcome to season 2, episode 2 of the Three Speech Podcast. As ever, I'm joined by Leo Curse, Mr. Nico Yearwood, Mooch About Town. A lot's been happening this week. What has been happening this week?
Well, today, Darius, this week, it's been happening, and we're going to be talking about there's burger smugglers in New Zealand.
Yeah.
They've moved on from cocaine. The gangs have moved on from cocaine to KFC. We've got the green energy crisis in the UK, which is pushing up energy prices, which is why we're lit by candlelit today. And we've got Vittorio on an exercise bike on the roof, generating power for the screen behind us. We've got a German Green Party poster, which shows the emblem of an ideology that slaughtered and tortured tens of millions of people. We've got the question, should men pick up the bill when we go for dinner? As a feminist, I think not. We've got apparently the Wuhan lab leak theory is like the coronavirus is credibly possible that it came from a weapons lab in China, and there was a cover-up. The Lancet were involved in a cover-up. We've also got puberty blockers. Children are now, doctors are allowed to prescribe puberty blockers. The High Court overturned that ruling, or the High Court ruling was overturned in court, rather. And finally, we've got a woman having an abortion party and wanting a comedian for it, so we're wondering which one of us would be best suited for it.
And the Reddit mob went mad on me.
And we've also, Darius, why don't you tell us about this Reddit mob going mad on you?
Yeah, I posted a video.
I just want to say, I love how you and Nico are dressed exactly the same today.
Yeah, because we're brothers, and that's unity.
Gang.
Yeah, gang.
Brap,
Gang.
What's your gang called? £3 t-shirts at Primark.
This is Fruit of the Loom, actually.
This is
Child labour gang.
£2.50 Primark. I wouldn't pay £3.
Remember those ones that change colour?
Global hyper.
I'm not lying. It's Primark. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
it's Primark.
Primark.
I'm not lying. It's a Primark t-shirt.
I believe you.
I was wearing a Next t-shirt, but then it stank, so I had to change it.
And what shirt are you wearing, Leo? What do you call that?
This is genuine imported Italian nylon. You can see the label here.
Super massive.
Super massive
No
for
one is
super massive guys like me.
Do you have to shop at like Big and Tall?
It's made in India.
Oh, that's racist.
TK Maxx. Yeah, it's made in India. I support.
So it's not- it's
textile manufacturers of colour.
So it's not Italian.
It's not
I
Italian.
said it's Italian. It's not
Italian, Indian,
Same thing.
all the same. All the same to me. Post Brexit.
Yeah.
How close do I have to sit to the mic? Is that close
That's
enough?
fine.
Darius, why don't you tell us about your Reddit thing?
These Reddit nerds, basically, right? I uploaded a video a stand-up video, very funny, of me just going off on one-liner comedians. It was funny. It's out there somewhere. I posted it, and what I forgot to realize is Reddit is ground zero of autism, right? They've all just amalgamated, super nerds, and they got so offended.
Is that why you're on it?
Yeah, that's why I'm on it. But I don't get offended if someone says one-liners are shit. In fact, I encourage it, right?
Yeah.
So then they've just been messaging me constantly for like 5 days, telling me to kill myself, calling me a faggot and a retard. So they're against one-liners, right? Like they're a pro-rape joke, abortion joke, whatever. But you could be homophobic, you can be ableist, you can be.
What about a one-liner pro-rape joke?
Yeah, they fucking love it. But what you can't say is anything that one-liners are shit, because that will
What
trigger them.
subreddit was it? Did you post it on?
Our stand-up.
Our stand-up. Okay.
And then I deleted the post because my phone was just pinging so much.
You
And they
should
still.
never delete. Turn off notifications.
Well, I did think of
When
that.
you delete, that means they win.
Yeah,
I did. Listen.
You showed weakness,
I did
Darius.
consider it.
And now they will continue to bully other people.
I did listen. I'm not gonna lie. I did think I can't be bothered. But then what happened? I was messaging this guy's like, "Oh, you fucking idiot faggot. You don't even know about stand-up comedy." So obviously I clicked through his profiles. This moron was uploading like dance music videos. One to YouTube, so I clicked through on his YouTube and his full name. So his name's Steven Seguin. Is a homophobic racist. Please check his profile on Reddit.
But he does love one-liners.
He does love one-liners. But the best thing is one of these people who are like going mad at me. I clicked through to see what other stuff they posted. Oh, my lawyer's calling me, and genuinely
Just seeing what's happening on Reddit. Can we do that on the? Can we listen to that call
I might
on the
need
pod?
to take this phone call.
Yeah, go on,
But please put it on speakerphone so we can all hear.
Hi, Angela.
Hi guys, how you you doing?
I'm all right. I'm just doing a podcast, so everyone can hear you, and we are we are live.
Okay, look, I am at my desk. What time does the podcast finish?
In about, I guess, an hour,
Sorry?
in maybe 50 minutes, an hour. And then-
Okay. Okay, well, did you email me at all since we spoke? Just say yes or no.
I printed it off, but because I have to do the podcast, I've not had a chance to email it, but it's ready to go, so I'll call you afterwards and send it to you.
Go?
Yeah.
Okay, look, I've just arrived. There's nothing new at my end to report.
So no High Court summons just yet.
All quiet on this front and nothing on your doorstep.
No, nothing on mine.
Right, well, call me as soon as you're out of the podcast.
Okay.
Thank you.
Bye, Angela.
Free K Kurt.
But now, Leo, that phone.
Well, that's an edit.
No, I think it should stay in. It's funny. That gives credence to your conspiracy theory earlier.
What conspiracy theory?
I can't discuss it.
That the Guardian are
Yeah,
in like
cahoots.
in cahoots. But
Maybe.
if the Guardian get the High Court listings, can't you get the High Court listings?
But she would have got it because she's my lawyer. So surely they have to get summons there.
But would she? I don't know if because she'll get it delivered. Like the papers will get served to her, well, to you and to her. Whereas the High Court listings is like it's like, you know, when you get the auction property listing.
I'm gonna call her afterwards.
So, why are you getting High Court listing? What's happening? Or should we don't?
We can't.
We
talk
should
about
really
it.
just do the podcast.
Yeah, let's do the podcast.
What is that?
There's a bee in the
Yeah,
studio.
it's a giant bee.
Wow, it's a bit of jeopardy. A bit of jeopardy. Let's see who gets stung by the
Well,
bee.
I love bees. Remember
Where
when
is it?
It's behind
Oh,
you.
we saved the bee.
Yeah,
remember?
the bee won't stab me because I saved its life with a spoon with sugar on it, so they like us.
Although apparently you shouldn't do that too much because, like, even though it revives the bee,
They get diabetes.
Diabetes. Should we? Yeah. So
back to the podcast.
Back to well, what we were
Keeping
mid
that
rant
bee
about.
joke, please.
Sorry.
Keeping that bee joke, please.
Okay.
it's a one-liner. You can post it on Reddit.
Yeah, people on Reddit, they love it. They go, "Wow, Nico, you." Anyway, so I'm in a feud with Reddit, and I'm lost because I deleted the post.
Yeah.
But somehow they still found it, and they're still messaging me.
Right. Yeah.
I was like, "Give up! This is like 3 days ago now."
But in the video you posted to Reddit, you used you stole someone else's jokes, didn't you?
Well, I didn't steal someone else's jokes. I used your former jokes, and like a
still
good
jokes.
comedian, I said, these are Leo Curse's jokes.
Yeah.
Then I went on to say, one-liners are so shit that even though he was making a living out of them, he had a career going up and down the country, he gave it up. That's how ashamed he was of one-liners.
Yeah.
I
Proving
wonder
my
what
point.
your life would be like if you stuck with one-liners.
What? Still doing pun man.
Pun,
Yeah.
pun.
I think I would have
It'd be
hung myself.
wonderful.
I think I'd have hung myself in a Travelodge by now, to be honest. Hung myself by my fucking cape.
The best image I ever saw, right?
Why did you have the outfit? What was that? Like, what made you
Show-
go? You know what?
showbiz, baby.
You know what? You know what's going to make this cooler?
I wasn't trying to be cool.
A
Trying to be funny.
unitard.
Wasn't trying to be cool.
Well,
Are you trying to be cool right now?
I am.
Is that what
I am-
you're?
What?
You should have kept.
Is my
doing that,
coolness
man.
threatening you?
No, it's not. I wasn't aware of it until you told me about it.
Yeah. No. Well, there's a level of coolness.
The best thing ever was in Australia. Leo and I had to do kids shows, right? So we're both terrible kids comedians, right? But we do it for the money. So he would do
we
Pun
like
Man, and I'll just MC and get the kids to floss and stuff. But it was so funny. After the gig, you just see Leo there swiping as Pun Man through Tinder, just go matching with all the kids
Smoking a Marlboro.
Yeah, smoking a Marlboro, matching the kid. Not even hiding, just right next to it in the kid's eye line. Pun Man. So Tinder, I've matched with your mum, son. and your
Call me
dad.
Pun Daddy.
I miss Australia.
Yeah, I miss Australia as well. Although, talking about Australia, I mean, I missed the
Australia
festival.
looks like hell now.
Yeah, man, they gone mental with the draconian lockdowns.
Well, I think in certain parts of Australia, certain parts are still free. Like Western Australia, where I was, where I should have stayed and married Stacey. Like that's pretty free.
Tell us about Stacey.
She's great. She's from
And what happened?
Middlesbrough. So like basically, it's quite a funny story. She caught me. She caught me on Tinder.
Oh, is this that one?
Yeah,
And
man.
you still went back to it.
Man, no, well, she like I can't believe she went back to me. But so basically, when I was in Perth, I started seeing this lassie Stacey, and we had a great time and stuff. But I was only in Perth for a month. Then I had to fly to Adelaide and do the festival there. But I phoned Stacey and or messaged Stacey and said, "Do you want to come through to Adelaide for?" So then she came through, and then we decided after Adelaide, we'd meet up in Bali and have like a holiday. And she said, okay, but just one rule, like don't go on Tinder, don't see anybody else for it was like 11 days or something. And I got bored and went on Tinder and I matched this really hot girl and chatting to her and stuff, and she seemed really keen. And then we arranged to meet at this restaurant, and I'm like sitting in this restaurant waiting for this girl to turn up. And then Stacey messages me on WhatsApp being like, "You fucking scumbag." So it was her. Stacey had somehow set up this fake profile. And use use some location thing to like be in Adelaide and stuff, because I was wondering, because there's a time difference, because this girl seemed to be like there's a time there's a real time difference with it, but like and then got me to arrange to meet at this restaurant. But then after that I still managed to like talk her around, and I went in and stayed with her after during the first lockdown. It was great, and I should have stayed there and married her. She was wonderful.
Well, she's
wonderful. She
but
sounds a bit cunning.
Yeah, I think she's a bit crazy, man.
That's a bit.
No, that's not crazy. I mean, it'd be crazy if I wasn't on Tinder, but I was on Tinder, so she was right. And also, I like women to be a little bit crazy.
Another time in Australia, one of Leo's girlfriends came out and punched him in front of all the promoters. Because she's a girl, she's much smaller than Leo. So
she's that much smaller.
She Superman punched him. She jumped over all the other comedians and flying punched him in the face. And instead of going, "Oh no, that's abuse," we all just laughed because Leo's a man.
Yeah, that wasn't even the worst, man. Like, there's no, I don't know, with someone, man, she was like real redhead. You know that sort of reputation that redheads have for being
Redhead,
crazy.
That's racist.
Being crazy and violent, but it just totally was for it. She even called you a cunt once.
Oh yeah, she
remember?
called it. She called
I mean,
that.
that's a kilometre of craziness. I don't know if that's really.
But she said it to my face. I was like,
Rational to me.
she said it to my face. I'm right here. She's like, I know I'm talking to you.
I'm talking to you, cunt.
Yeah, I was like, but I can hear it. I do have feelings.
Why did she call you that?
Because she was
That
jealous.
horrible word.
She was jealous. She was jealous of mine and Leo's relationship. That's what it was.
Your gay relationship.
It's not fucking gay.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Leo's gay. Let's move on now.
Yeah, talking of Australians, draconian lockdowns. So New Zealand has also got draconian lockdowns. And there's been a criminal gang that was stopped on the border. So in between territories in New Zealand, in between the states, the counties or whatever of New Zealand, you're not allowed to travel. And certain counties, you're not allowed to get like fast food. You're not allowed to go, because they don't want people going out, queuing up, spreading coronavirus like that. So this criminal gang were arrested trying to smuggle a car full of KFC chicken, French fries, and 10 tubs of coleslaw into Auckland, bringing it across the border. Like cocaine cowboys in the 80s in their speedboats coming
Why
from
didn't they
Panama.
put the chicken in their ass?
They did also have 70,000.
Like fill a condom with coleslaw.
I've swallowed it all.
Put some drumsticks in your ass.
I mean, it would keep the chicken warm,
Yeah.
wouldn't it?
They did also have $70,000 in cash.
Yeah, shows us big money in the fast food smuggling business. But yeah, I mean, on a serious note, I think because Australia, everybody's
So what's happening to them? They're going to prison for that?
Oh man, probably Australia and New Zealand are actually really draconian, quite totalitarian states, even though the people are really sort of, especially in Australia, really, oh yeah, mate, just here we go, whatever. The police aren't like that at all. They're more like,
So
Iranian police.
These guys are going to prison for the KFC thing?
Maybe. I haven't
Or
actually
maybe
read
for
the
this-
What
article.
does it say, Mooch? They go in prison or not?
I don't think we know if they go in prison or not.
They're probably getting fined.
They've been arrested and found. I think although the food is obviously a crime, I think the $70,000 is what the police may be a bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, but you're allowed to have money.
I don't know if
They might have cash limits.
With restaurants
And the
closed and residents who break travel rules and purchase fast food outside of the city risk up to $8,400 or 6 months of jail time. So they could have paid it. Maybe that's what the cash was for, just to pay the fines for the...
Yeah.
Well, Mario Balotelli famously got stopped with like 200 grand cash on him, footballer, and the police like, why have you got? And they didn't know who he was. And why have you got so much cash on you? He's like, well, I'm rich. What are they gonna say to that?
But he used to drive around giving it out.
Yeah, he just
didn't
drive around, and they
He
went,
used to
why?
give it out,
Yeah, he's funny, man. I'm rich. That's why.
Didn't he set fire? He had
Yeah.
fireworks going off inside his house.
Yeah,
or
he set
something.
fire in the
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
Why not? If I was rich, I'd do that.
What, set fire to yourself?
I'd set fire to shit.
Remember that guy won the lottery? They
The
won
lotto
like
out, yeah.
the lotto out, and he just bought a big house, and he bought like loads of cars, like Jaguars and stuff, and then him and his mates would just like smoke crack and race the cars around the garden, and all the posh people in the neighborhood were really pissed off.
Yeah, but he lost all his money.
He lost all of his money.
Makes me furious.
No, I think that's a valid. Apparently, a lot of people who win a big chunk of money lose it all.
Yeah. The same majority of people.
Do you think you would lose if I gave you 2 million tomorrow? Would you?
I don't think I would lose it, no. If you give 26-year-old me, yeah, I would have definitely. Anything before 26, yeah, I'd definitely lose it.
But now, 25 years on,
all of that.
you're
Yeah. No, I'll be
Now,
sensible.
now at 28, Nico's got the wisdom.
Yes. At 28, I'm smarter and sharper. More mature.
yeah.
I think I quite like this little loud guy. I mean, he's obviously an absolute bellend, but I kind of respect it.
Yeah.
So what has happened to him now?
He now...
a bin man or something.
yeah, he's a bin man. Mike Carroll started with £9.7 million.
Whoa! I thought it was like 1.5.
No.
I told you that's why I can't. That's why I've got no respect for him. You can't lose 9.7 million.
But I say like most of the NFL and NBA basketball players, a lot of them go broke as well.
Boxers
Because they
as
don't
well.
have no money management skills. They
Yeah.
come straight out of college or uni or whatever. No, you know what I mean? And when you're young, you just want to buy dead assets. You just want to buy jewelry and fast cars and women
yeah.
and whatnot. So they burn through all of that, and then their career's done, and they're like, shit, I should
Yeah.
have saved that money.
It's like the MC Hammer effect. You know, he
Yeah.
had like that big hit, You Can't Touch This.
Yeah.
And then he assumed, he like took it to the mortgage broker, and he's like, look how much money I made this month. This is what my salary is going to be like for the next 35 years.
like-
Obviously, it wasn't.
That's like me with the Edinburgh Fringe money. Give me a mortgage. Just got my salary this month.
So yeah, you got to plan. Like MC Hammer should have just bought like a nice 2-bedroom apartment, and then he'd still be sitting pretty. Unless it was in London, in which
Yeah, but
case he
his-
wouldn't have been able to afford it anyway.
His thing was entourage. He used to
Right.
move with like 30 men deep.
Right.
30 dudes turn up at a restaurant
All getting
it?
paid.
and just
All in
buy
the salary.
everything. Yeah.
What other songs did MC Hammer sing?
You got to pray just to make it today.
Hammer Don't Hurt Him was now the album.
All I remember is Can't Touch This, and he had something. Have you seen her?
Haven't seen her.
I think he had a Have You Seen Her or something else. I can't remember.
I haven't.
Muhammad Ali had a huge entourage as well that sucked up all his resources. And then he had
his
to
thing,
get...
his thing was the divorces because he had like 5 divorces.
Right, yeah.
So he was getting screwed by that.
Yeah.
God damn.
Mike Tyson as well. He was buying tigers and shit.
Yeah.
He
Which we've learned, not that expensive. Like, from Tiger King, you can get a tiger for $2,000. Keeping a tiger and buying a tiger are two. The cost is in the feeding it and keeping it from killing people.
Just let it roam free, then it'll feed itself.
Yeah. So Mike Tyson, like his face tattoo, cost the Hangover film a lot of money because the artist basically didn't give like permission for his artwork to be used in the film.
What the fuck? But it's a tattoo.
I know, but it's an artwork. And
Tattoo?
Yeah.
What would you say instead of tattoo?
tattoo.
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 So now Hollywood is
It's a tattoo.
is adamant that any tattoos that have to be cleared or
Right.
covered up because they basically got sued and lost
Right.
because his artwork was copyrighted by the film, and they lost lots of money.
I see.
That's
So don't get a face tattoo because it might stop you getting Hollywood films.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's crazy, man.
I'm mental on it.
And we may be after this week we this close to Hollywood if we've seen Brett Goldstein's win in the Emmys. That could have been us.
Yeah, he won
He
an
had any
Emmy for Ted Lasso.
Have you seen that?
I've been watching it,
Is it
actually.
good?
It's
I
all
heard
right.
It's great.
Is it about Premier League?
It kind of is, yeah. It's about a Premier League football club, like AFC Richmond. And it borders the line between funny, heartfelt, cheesy, but it's done quite well. I'm still on season 1, or I'm just starting season 2, and it's been a good little watch. It's very easy watching, and there's a lot of.
So what? He wrote it, or he stars in it?
He stars in it. I think he's written parts of it, but he won his award for best supporting actor.
Okay.
I don't think it like. I was watching it and I was like, he's the hard man of the football team, which I don't think Brett Goldstein is really like the hard man, but he's a good character now, and he'll obviously won an Emmy, so he's better than I thought he was.
Nice.
Well, I'm gonna watch it.
It is good.
Yeah.
It is good. So yeah.
So he doesn't do stand up anymore then?
He will no longer be taking Spiky Mike bookings in
I don't know. I mean, like
Petworth
in
for
Leicester.
£60.
he's always been like he's got a podcast that does quite well, doesn't it, about films or something.
Dude, did you guys see that? Who's that? That guy, Chris Thing, and his podcast. What's it called? Something's Marry and something.
Snog, marry, avoid, kill. Snog, marry, kill. I don't know.
Yeah. Something like that. Chris.
Chris Ramsey.
Yeah. He did like the O2 or some shit. A live podcast, sold out, and the picture is just insane.
No way.
Filled out the O2
Right.
For his podcast.
We could
Crazy.
probably fill these 2 seats.
You could fill 2.
I doubt that.
Zero.
I doubt that.
Go and get Vittorio. That's one.
I get Zola. But yeah, it's mad. It's like, what?
Have you listened to the podcast?
No, I never listened to it, but I would just, it popped up on my Twitter feed. It's crazy.
Shag, marry, annoyed. I think is the podcast.
Alright.
And
He does it with his missus.
Type in live show images, because that was insane.
You did it at the O2.
Or a massive venue. It was crazy, man.
Yeah, he did it at the O2. I don't have pictures of it.
Well, that is depressing.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What else is on our list?
So yeah, we've
So-
got the green energy crisis that's currently engulfing Britain.
Well, I've got something funny to say about the green energy, or an interesting thing.
Go on,
They
then.
redesigned the National Rail logo. So they changed it and they made it like 3 different hues of green. And they went to the original logo designer
Yeah.
to like get his like seal of approval and say, doesn't this look great? And aren't we like forward thinking in green? But the original logo guy is like 82 now. So he was like, fuck off, that looks shit. And he went, why would you ruin it? It's absolute shit. So now they specifically asked for him and his quote was, it's shit.
I do love the photo of him. Just looking.
Yeah, look up green makeover mess.
Yeah. Respect. I like it when you get to 82. I think you just say your mind.
Yeah,
you don't need to
you
worry about
start-
career progression
Yeah,
or
you
burning
start-
bridges.
He's designed all the logos he's going to design.
Yeah. Maybe he could do a 3 speech logo.
We haven't mentioned that we've got a very colourful one in the background here today, which took me all of 10 minutes to do.
It looks good.
Great.
Brilliant, yeah.
Well done.
Right.
I prefer it with the trans flag, but
We can put the trans flag up for you,
Yeah.
next week. Next week.
just to be super inclusive.
Good.
Can you show the footage that we see on that TV on that one? Because then the audience at home could see what we're looking
Yeah,
at.
but it comes up on the screen as well.
What do you mean?
So like
So they'll see it, and
They
we're
see
like
this.
in the corner.
Yeah. Well,
So this is the story on the power mad, the power shortages we have because of.
Yeah, so basically, this country and the whole of the West has been under this this mantra, this ideology of zero carbon. Like, Boris is rushing to zero carbon by whenever it is 2030 or 2050 or something. Although, to be honest, like a lot of apparently, British politicians have been saying, "Oh, Britain's only responsible for 1% of carbon emissions in the world," and it's like, yeah, but we've outsourced all our manufacturing and coal, energy and all that sort of stuff to China and places like that. So they make all this stuff for us over there and like pollute their air, and then it gets sent over to us in container ships. So it's not like we're actually that that low carbon. But yeah, so all the electricity generation and all the power generation in the UK, they've been trying to move away from oil and nuclear and gas and make it all windmills, and that's great when the wind blows. But the wind hasn't been blowing.
Well,
so,
I think if we burn more fossil fuels, we'll get like stronger gale force winds. Surely.
Yeah.
Y'all ever seen that? I don't know if it's a podcast, but these three guys, and the guy is talking about global warming and the wind farm stuff, and the man says that those fans are for global warming, to help with global warming.
To cool it down.
Is that what he said?
Yeah. And the guy thought that the fans were making the earth cooler. It's the funniest clip I've ever seen.
And is it legit? The guy really thinks it?
He
Amazing.
genuinely, it's hilarious.
Amazing.
We're going to find it after this.
That's
but
amazing,
it's
man.
brilliant, man.
Yeah.
He thought the fans were doing actual cooling.
That's ridiculous.
So is this why energy prices are going up?
Yeah, so energy prices have been skyrocketing because basically it's a total squeeze. It's a perfect storm. So we haven't been producing any wind energy in the UK. We don't produce a lot of solar because the wind hasn't been blowing. And the cable that brings energy from France, because France has got loads of nuclear power stations, so they're always online, always producing energy. So we can get electricity from France, except the cable's damaged, so we can't at the moment. France is a net exporter of electricity to pretty much the whole of Europe and all the countries that haven't invested in nuclear power. And so we're dependent on Russian gas for our power stations to generate electricity. Unfortunately, the Russians are trying to force, so they built a pipeline that avoids Ukraine because they're kind of at war or in a cold war with Ukraine. So they've been trying to force the West and Germany to use this pipeline. So they're using this as a sort of bargaining chip. They're saying, like, look what we can do. They're sort of flexing their muscles a bit. So they're restricting the supply, and as a result, as you restrict the supply, prices shoot up. So they've really shot up. And also, energy companies are restricted by tariffs. They can't put the prices up too high. So they're going bust. Energy prices are going bust left, right, and centre. I think Bulb went bust. I can't remember who else.
Oh, no, not Bulb.
Yeah, but they're
my favourite of all
electricity. Energy companies are absolutely ridiculous. When I was staying in Louis' flat, like I kept emailing EDF saying, like, I'm living here, can I pay for the electricity, please? And they refused to set me up on the thing. Then finally, the last day I was there, because I ended up emailing them, I was like, look, it's fine with me if I don't pay you for this electricity, but I'm trying to pay you for this electricity. On the last day, they set it up for me. And then they sent me a bill for some ridiculous £800. And there's no way I used £800 worth of electricity.
Did you pay £800?
No, I emailed them back saying, this is ridiculous. I've got the meter readings right here. And it said you can't reply to this email. And I'm like, well,
So what happened then? So Louis owes someone £800?
No, it doesn't go to the landlord. So I still owe it.
Oh.
Well, they may need it back now.
Up by a lot, man. My bill gone up by my energy bill. I used to be paying like 40 a month.
Yeah.
Now it's like 89 or some shit.
Jeez.
Now. Yeah, but I don't know why.
It's expensive. It's because the price of fossil fuels and everything has gone up, and also on top of any electricity bill, there's like a 25% green tariff. So because the government's pursuing this ideology of having everything powered by wind and renewables and all the rest of it, even though they don't look at nuclear, which is the one solid, useful, practical renewable. Because of that, they've got to subsidise it. So there's 25% levy. Pretty much 25% on every energy bill is going towards funding this ideology.
Make things green.
Yeah.
We'll become a Greta. I ain't seen her in a while. Shout out to Greta Thunberg. What happened to her? Honestly, where is she now? You don't hear about her no more?
She was talking about the Texas abortion thing recently.
Was she? Okay.
Well, is that using up a lot of energy?
I don't know, but she was just wading in on that, even though, I guess 15, maybe.
Why do Green parties get involved in all these social issues when you're supposed to be, the Green parties are supposed to be about the environment?
Has her 15 minutes of fame faded then?
Yeah, she's selling the mansion. She's done an MC Hammer. She's selling the mansion.
Yeah.
She's lost it all.
The sailboat. Remember she used to go sailing?
Yeah.
From London to New York.
Yeah. Zero carbon, apart from the carbon that was used to construct the sailboat and
It's like Lewis Hamilton on his speedboat talking about save the environment.
Oh man, it's ridiculous. Even Greenpeace go out and try and stop oil rigs and stuff, and they're on like plastic inflatable boats that are made from plastic, which is a product of oil. They're burning diesel to power the boats, which is made from oil. They're wearing Gore-Tex jackets made from synthetic fibers that are made from oil.
Well, the worst of them are the M25 people who stopped their M25 and then we're doing it for the environment, causing more pollution, but the cars are just stuck in traffic.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. And also the police were helping them. I don't like the sort of two-tier policing we've got in this country, because if they were like anti-lockdown protesters, the police would have been going in there cracking skulls and dragging them away. And instead, the police were helping them. Police were going out and stopping the traffic for them and helping them get into position on the motorway. And they caused a stroke that left somebody paralysed. So a real life-changing injury. So they were in an ambulance and couldn't get to hospital.
No, it was a son who was trying to take his mum to hospital.
Oh, right.
And it wasn't even an ambulance, but he was stuck in gridlock traffic for 4 hours. And the doctor said if we had got her in time, the severity of the stroke would have been drastically reduced.
Yeah.
And she probably wouldn't be in the state that she is now.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. They've lost
and instead of apologising, they went out and did it again, like literally the next day. They went out and blocked more motorways to put more lives at risk. I think it's ridiculous.
So he was already driving the mum to the hospital.
She had a stroke.
Yeah.
He was driving her to hospital because just needed to get her there as quickly as possible, and got caught up in all of this traffic.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, sad, very sad. But
Did she have the vaccine?
Have you had the vaccine yet?
Sorry.
Nico, have you had the vaccine?
I've had both of them.
What flavor did you get?
I get Moderna and Johnson & Johnson.
Oh, nice. Good mix.
That's a triple vaccine.
Yeah.
Because Johnson & Johnson is just one and Moderna's two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I told them, jab me up, baby.
Talking of Green Party, so the German Green Party, I don't know if you got this poster here. The German Green Party brought up, I don't know if you can move us, so we're not right over the circle.
This is like one of those games you used to play in a colouring book, like spot the differences or something.
Like where's Wally? Except in this place, it's where's the murderous ideology. So this is the German Green Party trying to get elected. This is their bid to get elected. It's all bearded women and fat people and all the rest of it, obviously, because we kind of
put us in the top right.
Zoom in, Mooch. I can't see that really.
where do you want me to zoom into?
These yellow things circled, are those important?
Yes.
Yeah, this one says Antifa area.
So they've got Antifa. They've got Antifa there because, a murderous terrorist regime must be celebrated by the Green Party.
They've got Kinta in the back.
Yeah. And what's so green about Antifa? They literally burned shops down. They burned shops down. How is that? That's bad. Surely that's bad for the environment. There's the Antifa flag as well, and that, I'd say woman, but I've no idea. I mean, it's a person with a beard and lipstick, you know what I mean? Obviously, because it's 2021.
Where is this? Where are you seeing a beard and a lipstick?
Bottom left.
Right.
Bottom right, I mean.
Bottom right.
Bottom, yeah.
But bottom left on the screen.
So oh yeah, that's the Antifa flag on her shirt?
That's right, yeah. And then on the old woman who's disabled, there's a hammer and sickle, which is the symbol of communism. And given that this is in Germany, and the communist soldiers, the Soviet soldiers, when they went into Berlin.
Are you sure this is Germany?
This is a German Green Party poster.
I thought that was a BBC comedy lineup or something. That's the ideal comedy lineup for the BBC.
But yeah, when the Soviet troops went into Berlin, after got rid of Hitler and the Nazis, they did a lot of kind of Me Too stuff. Yeah. But they didn't have Twitter in those days, so it couldn't be stopped.
Does anyone know what Die Hause denen die drin wohnen means?
I don't know, but everything in German sounds so aggressive.
Die Hause denen die drin wohnen.
Die Hause denen die
drin wohnen.
drin wohnen.
What does that mean, Mooch? Do you speak German?
No.
Can you Google it?
No.
Fair enough.
And the rest of the picture, there's somebody playing frisbee on a balcony.
What is that trying to do though?
Get people to vote for the Green Party. It's a poster that was in a subway station or a train station.
But do we know if that actually came from that party official channel or if someone did that up?
No, it's the official German Green Party poster. Okay.
Who's that poster actually for?
It's for people. So people see it and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to vote for the Green Party."
It's not. It's for children. This is my conspiracy.
Because it's brightly coloured.
Cartoon is brightly coloured. So and most adults will be ignore that, but kids will be drawn to that and
Yeah.
they see that, and it from a young age.
Yeah, because it's got children. If we can bring the poster up again, it's got.
So Die House Dannen Die Drin Wochen translates to the house they live in.
Oh.
Oh yeah, because the Green Party are big on houses belong to the people that happen to be in them at the time, which makes me want to go to a Green Party person's house and get a new house.
They've
So
got
you
a
can
door
see
that says
they've
clip
got
on it.
children. They've got children playing in front of a door that says clit. It's actually for a postman in German. It's quite a hard door to find. Hey,
That's a good joke.
Yes,
That's a
great.
laugh at it. There you go.
that's the podcast energy we need.
He boffed.
And yeah, they've got the free speech logo flag.
Oh yeah.
Trans flag, and it's the one with the brown stripes, so it's like it's
Inclusive,
celebrating trans people of color.
What's the circle bit on it?
I don't know.
Oh, there was a funny video today of Justin Trudeau. I'm not able to say LGBTQ plus
Oh, yeah,
AA.
yeah, I
He
saw
was
that.
like, I want to stand here in solidarity with the QAP.
The
Q-
LDG.
See the well, and then eventually
woman
he
had
said,
to help him up.
Even as he was saying it, he knew it was ridiculous. 'Cause it wasn't LGBTQ. It was like the LGBTQ plus 2AA.14ZY. It was like just plus. It was all good.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Pull that up, Mooch. Because I saw that.
Check in first on the Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
I will never apologize for standing up for an LGBTQ2 plus kids' rights to not have to undergo conversion therapy.
I like at the beginning, it will never stand up for the LGBTGPDR. So it's like lesbian, gay, transgender rights to keep their anonymity online. The GPDR.
That man is a big fraud.
Oh, totally.
Total big fraud. man.
Apparently his dad's Castro.
No.
Fidel Castro's his dad. Google Fidel Castro, Justin Trudeau. Fidel Castro's his dad.
Yeah.
Look, it will come up. But
Do you believe anything you read on the internet?
Well, wait until you see
I
the
just
pic-
believe some of the
Look
things
at
I
the
read on the
pictures
internet.
and you'll see.
Oh, they look similar.
His mum was in Cuba at that time.
Yes.
She went, and then she came back 9 months later. He was born, and when he gets set up, you'll see.
It's like Braveheart.
Yeah, it was like brave, right? And now he's following in his father's footsteps of being a wild communist. So, yeah, it's a good joke.
Yeah. It's a good joke.
Yes.
Okay.
Is that Castro and Trudeau's mum?
Yeah, and that's Castro and Trudeau's mum in the top right.
Oh, and he does look like that's Castro in the old days. Like
Yeah.
on the just
Wait, pull it out.
This one, where is that gone?
There's picture.
look. See the up at the top, the second picture from the left. Like if that's Castro, second from the left.
Oh yeah, I see this. No, the one.
Second from the left.
Second, that one.
Yeah.
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 Pull that up.
Shall I just zoom in? It's easier.
It's like remember in ITV and like kids TV, you used to have a computer game that you controlled by telling them
yeah, I
like, left,
remember.
left,
Oh,
jump.
Yeah, Nightmare.
No, there was another one. It was
I
like
used to phone that one up. 0181 811
That's a sex line.
8181. It's not. It's going live.
There we go. So
Yeah.
this one.
And that's Castro there on the left.
Yeah.
When he was like, what was it, a cocktail bar?
I think if we see a picture of Castro blacked up, I think that would be the best way to sort
Yeah,
of...
put Castro blackface in.
But
No. Let me try and find some better images while you...
Surprised you didn't know that Castro was Justin Trudeau's father.
No, I mean like if you could put it in the
This
in
is
the
quite funny. This is quite nice.
WhatsApp group.
Well,
Then we'd
Nico
We'd all be
knew.
prepped. That is uncanny. That is uncanny.
What's that?
Maybe that's Justin. So that's Castro and Justin Trudeau. You can see how similar they are.
the face thing.
Yeah.
And then there's a picture of Castro with his mum.
Right. Well,
It's proven.
I put
Yeah.
2 and 2 together.
that's great.
Don't take the vaccine.
Don't need-
That's going to get us taken off YouTube.
Take the vaccine.
Take the vaccine,
Take
please.
it.
Is this a joke?
We have no opinion about the vaccine because the Reclaim Party launched the media channel with this video, and it got taken down within 6 hours. You know why? Because it agreed with the JCVI, the government's official medical advisory
Okay,
committee.
but we disagree here at Free Speech with
Yeah,
the
but
JCVI.
it got taken down because it agreed with the government's medical advisory panel.
But why are they listening to Jean-Claude Van Damme anyway?
No, listen, man. It got taken down because it agreed.
Why are they listening to Jean-Claude Van Damme
I
anyway?
cracked that joke. I
Did
cracked
you?
that joke.
Where?
Like not here, but
Well,
obviously
then it's my
at
joke.
Reclaim Party. I cracked
Whoa,
that.
whoa,
And
whoa,
also,
whoa, whoa,
I thought you
whoa.
said one liner.
Did it get a better laugh than the one here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Well, Lico laughed.
I loved it.
Do you like one-liners?
But no, that's crazy. I think people don't realize is that when you censor all the not anti-vax stuff, but the stuff saying, "Hey, look at this thing that happened." When you censor that, it makes people more suspicious.
Absolutely.
So rather, these people should be more open and say, "Look,
It's like when I
this
delete
happened."
content from Reddit.
Yeah, people they go, "Hey,
They're
this
silencing
is
us.
this
They're
is a
silencing.
cover up.
Yeah.
We're definitely onto something here." So they're causing more harm than good.
And yeah, it becomes very obviously political
Yeah.
instead of about the science. Because, I mean, agreeing with the JCVI, so that's the government's medical advisory panel on vaccines and coronavirus.
Why are
and
they
stuff.
listening to old
Vaccines.
Arsenal sponsors?
Oh, man.
That's a good one, Mooch. Old Arsenal sponsors is funny.
It's
For football fans, it's all right.
We're trying to be
Yep,
serious.
but sometimes
Sorry.
you got to
Sorry,
follow the
okay,
thread.
Sorry, I'm following the
Do you think Wogan? Do you think Frost versus Nixon? He'd have been like,
everyone's bored about the vaccine. We all know.
No, but this is man. This is the. This
Can we
is,
talk about the hate crime bill, please? It's been 2 months and we haven't heard one.
Yeah, what's
one
going on with the
update.
hate crime in Scotland?
I agree with Leo on that's a serious issue.
Yeah.
When the government's own advisory board cannot be quoted or repeated.
Yeah.
That's a
Well, the
serious
same thing happened with the WHO, didn't it?
The government disagreed with its own advisory panel and said that vaccines should be given to children. And
Because the
so then, if
government-
you go against that,
Yeah.
if you go against that, the government is disagreeing with the science. And so if you quote the science, you're in trouble. On YouTube, takes it down. It's crazy, and it's like the Wuhan lab leak. So when Trump and everybody came out with the Wuhan lab leak theory, which seemed at the time it seemed to make sense. You know what I mean? They've got a coronavirus. They've got a bioweapons lab in Wuhan, and then this like bioweapon comes out of Wuhan. It's like, oh yeah, well maybe it came out of the thing. I remember at the time there's a thing in the New York Post about so apparently the lab workers in China were selling they were getting the cadavers, the corpses of the animals, and selling them to the markets. As food, but I mean, obviously those things got to be incinerated. You've been testing like
Well,
smallpox on it. You can't then just like put it in a sandwich. So
Apparently, though, if you eat, so like, say you eat AIDS blood, you won't, unless you've got a cut in your mouth, you won't get AIDS.
that's reassuring.
Just in case
I
you
don't-
ever wanted to eat AIDS blood.
Do you eat a lot of AIDS blood?
I remember one time there was a scandal that they said they were injecting AIDS blood into oranges. You remember that?
The blood orange.
Nah, no, but they were saying that like
For like Halloween or something.
no, that AIDS blood was
What?
being pumped into
There
oranges.
was a guy who got caught doing this.
Oh, yeah, recently.
He was like a gentleman got caught
I think he was a lawyer as well.
Yeah.
Was injected.
Oh, it's back again.
But you know, if you eat, basically, as long as you have a cut in your mouth or somewhere, your digestive system's so good, you shouldn't get it because it's like acid.
Yeah.
It'll burn the AIDS blood away.
Yeah, apparently, well, HIV is quite a like fragile virus. Apparently, it can only survive like absolute like sort of what do you call it, thing to thing contact. You can't like if it's on a table.
Does well in bumholes though.
It's not like yeah, it does.
Right.
and heroin syringes.
Cool. Fulham solicitor accused of injecting blood into store. So it's true, Nico.
Why was he doing it?
But this is a different case. The
Well,
orange
maybe it's a
thing was while
copycat.
back. Yeah.
But why was he doing it?
Or maybe this was just that. Maybe he's just finally been caught
Yeah.
after years of
yeah.
hiding behind the whole.
Putting it
It's
in
an old
produce.
wives' tale. He's
But-
in weight shows as well.
Why was he doing it?
Imagine how nasty that would be if you open up something and it's got blood in it.
Yeah, but why was he doing it?
I don't know. I don't think they know.
Well, maybe if you scroll down, it'll say he was doing
Yeah,
it
Mooch.
because their food lacked iron.
He's also accused of doing the same with throwing eggs in a nearby Sainsbury's.
So is he just mad? Did he just
Maybe.
go mad?
If we're going to talk about food, there's a new trend on TikTok called beaning. where you buy cans of baked beans and you just pour them everywhere.
Yeah.
And now,
Is this like the ice bucket challenge?
well, so now police are issued a country-wide alert to not sell baked beans to kids.
So what they're doing to just pouring the
They're
baked
just
beans.
getting baked beans and just pouring them on cars and shit.
Yeah, they're like, you know how people egg houses and stuff. It's the same kind of thing, but with baked beans.
This sounds like big Heinz are behind this. This is the trend that they've started to get the sale of beans fucking rocketing.
Well, it's easy. It's easy.
If it was.
It's easy to say
Absolutely
that.
brilliant, yeah.
It's easy to say that with hindsight.
He's on fire.
That's the pun triangle.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So going back to the Wuhan lab leak thing.
Yes.
So it seemed like at the time it was like a credible theory, like, a year ago or whatever. Then all the scientists came out and said, no, this is, it definitely came from a bat shat in a pangolin's mouth, and then some guy fucked the pangolin or whatever, and they said that's how it got into humans. And now, after like disparaging everything Trump said about this theory, now they're saying
Trump was ahead of his time.
Yeah, he was ahead of his time. So the Lancet at the time, the Lancet's like medical journal, peer reviewed and all the rest of it. So it said the Wuhan lab leak theory was it totally bunked it. It said it was ridiculous at the time, and now it turns out that they had a cover up.
Yes,
and the Lancet researchers and writers that were all connected to the Chinese Communist Party. That's insane. So they're basically the Lancet, which is supposed to be, this ultimate peer-reviewed, reliable journal, is in the pocket of the Chinese Communist Party.
What I like is that Leo's going on like, this is incredible, and me and Nico are like, yeah, we know this. We know this is old news to us.
Don't act like you know it.
Have we not been saying shit like this? For
You just didn't say it to me.
We did.
You don't even know what the Lancet is.
Every time we say it,
you don't even know what the Lancet is.
Every time we say anything like this, you go, this is conspiracy theory.
No,
crazy rubbish.
You didn't know. You don't even know what the Lancet is.
I am the Lancet.
You don't. You don't know what the Lancet is.
I am the Lancet.
We are full-fledged conspiracy guys
Nico,
over here.
We know that about shit. What you think? Fucking just come out of nowhere. We knew
No,
it came out of Wuhan.
because honestly,
sorry.
if you heard anything about that, you then just do some like dumb shit joke about Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Nah, but the conspiracy guys always believed that this was
believed it.
released on purpose.
I believed it. And also, a couple of months ago, I heard on the World Service, there's a scientist talking about how when Donald Trump backed the lab leak theory, the scientific community, they also made a decision to rubbish that theory because they didn't want to be seen to be supporting Donald Trump. But that's not science. That's partisan politics.
Yeah.
Well, this whole pandemic has been sort of politicized crazily, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, Nico's in a feud with Sam Russell about Biden being the shittest, or one of the two shittest
Well,
presidents.
you're really in a feud.
One of the
feud,
two
but
shittest presidents in US history.
Every 2 months I put up Biden is trash.
The thing
He is terrible.
right, listen, at this point, whether you got to admit, Biden is just being a hopeless waste of shit. I mean, he's just like
he's
whether
a husk of a man. He's a husk of a man. He's
just
It's
useless.
sad. It's like watching one of those adverts for donkey sanctuaries.
like he wouldn't even get
He did it,
a interview at like an off license. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
man, he wouldn't like
If
if he turned up to get a job at Tesco as a greeter or something. They'd be like, oh no, this is no, just go home and spend time with your family. Just go and sit in a chair with your feet in a basket of water.
He can't even read like off of the
Autocue,
teleprompter and
yeah.
shit.
The funny, you know what? But now all the colleges are saying fuck Joe Biden at every game.
Yeah.
So it's just like, this is the most popular president ever. The guy who made
a husk of a man.
who dragged Obama to victory, literally dragged Barack Obama. Without him, Barack would have lost. Yeah, and he dragged him there after losing in the first round primary, and also Kamala lost in the primary, couldn't afford to go to the next round. But together, they're the dream team.
Yeah.
Most votes in US history ever.
Yeah. Who would you rather see as president apart from Trump, obviously?
Who would I rather see?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know who else they got. Who could? Kanye. Obviously, Kanye. Yes. Get Kanye in there, man.
I think Tulsi Gabbard.
You
Well,
know what?
They
I
missed
think
a trick with Tulsi Gabbard.
what's going to happen? The Rock is eventually going to run. Dude, if Schwarzenegger can be governor of California, The Rock can win the presidency.
Yeah.
I agree.
The Rock.
But I don't know what if you're a celebrity.
It doesn't matter who's the president.
It doesn't
anymore.
Yeah, but
matter.
no,
It doesn't matter.
no, it doesn't matter. It does. It does matter. But I think if
doesn't
you're a celebrity, you'd be mad to go into politics. Absolutely mad, because you've got the amazing life. You got all the money.
Schwarzenegger did it.
You got your privacy, all the rest of it. You go into politics, all of a sudden people are picking over everything you ever did. You're getting sued for everything, getting impeached. You're getting everybody's going through your tax returns and everything. It's the amount of scrutiny.
Nah, but
the lack of fun.
People do it. People want to use that as leverage to gain political power.
Well, some people want power, and some people want to actually do some good.
Yeah. So
Not many.
A lot of sports people do it as well. Look at Imran Khan.
Imran
in
Khan,
Pakistan.
yeah.
Look at George Weah in Liberia. That guy Shine, who used to be a bad boy rapper. He's now opposition leader in Belize.
Right, no way.
Yeah, the guy who got in trouble for shooting at the nightclub with Puff Daddy and J-Lo.
Right,
Funny
right.
enough, in the
And he's
2000
now
Opposition leader in Belize.
Is it for the UDP party?
I don't know.
Well, because I have a UDP vote UDP Belize because I was there during 2008.
I know which party he is.
And they
yeah.
gave me the T-shirt.
Jesse Ventura as well.
Yeah.
Former,
He's
I think he was a wrestler, wasn't he? And
But he was the
he
governor.
now lives in Mexico, doesn't he? Though
he was a
He's the governor.
senator,
He was
governor
the
or something
governor
for a
of
while.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yeah, so people, yeah.
I was watching the film Kingpin last night, and great film. And like the actor, I can't remember his name. The guy, the one who's the Mormon guy in it.
Oh yeah.
So he,
Or Amish.
yeah, Amish or whatever. He had a massive fall from grace, and he's basically been. He's had to leave America. He moved to Canada for asylum. He basically married this woman, and from having #1 movie, has just lost it all, and he's just tax fraud, robbery, all of this sort of stuff, and it was crazy how you can go from this big celebrity,
Well, who was it?
I can't remember his fucking name.
I mean, all he ever did was be the Amish guy in Kingpin.
I don't
think it was
which
in
one
I can
Anything
never
else?
remember Kingpin.
Yeah, no,
but
can
It's got
I
remember,
watched
Bill
it.
Murray.
watched it, but I can't remember.
he's got the hooks. He's got the temping bowling, and he's got like a fake hand or something. And the Amish guy's really good at temping bowling, so he makes him a star. But like
Dude.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Got the
Randy
fish out of
Quaid.
Randy Quaid. He's
Quaid.
not the Amish guy in Kingpin, is he?
He's the Amish guy in Kingpin. This
No
guy.
way. Randy Quaid is a big star.
Yeah, he
he's
was
been in
big,
loads of
yeah.
stuff like Independence Day. I didn't know he was the Amish guy in Kingpin. Are you sure he's the Amish guy?
I didn't even know Randy Quaid was Randy Quaid. I think
Yeah,
it was
that's a
someone
big
completely
name,
different.
Nah, he's a big star.
So Randy Quaid. And he's been deported by Canada at the moment.
Was
So
he in
where?
Kingpin?
He was the Amish guy in Kingpin.
Leo doesn't trust you.
I don't trust you. I'm looking it up.
I need to watch that movie. If I watch a movie like 2 days ago, I ain't gonna remember shit.
That's because movies now are really
Holy
shit.
shit.
Nah, but it's, my mind
You're
doesn't
right.
work good.
Yeah,
He was the Amish guy in Kingpin. I didn't know that.
there you go. There he is, Randy Quaid. But he looks so different now, doesn't he?
Because that's
That movie's like what? That's 20 years ago or some shit.
1996.
That's more than
25.
20.
25, Nico. You're old, man.
What?
You're old.
Yeah.
That picture wouldn't get made now.
Nah.
And do you know
Too offensive.
Vanessa,
I gotta watch
the
that
really
again, man.
hot lady in that is British.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That
There's
is crazy.
a mad film. Great film.
I need to watch it again.
Bless you. Anything else on our thing before
We've got this crazy bill.
Yeah, so this is a bill. I don't know if you saw this going round the internet and stuff.
Is this
but-
Salt Bay's restaurant?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And which apparently isn't that great.
Well,
Listen,
Like hugely overpriced.
Listen, Stony ISIS.
Stony ISIS.
The only one's getting
Quite
stoned
a
is
threatening name. No wonder he picked up the bill. You'd be like worried.
As a man, you should be able to afford this bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can afford it. I'm just not paying for it.
Otherwise, I'd burn you in a cage.
And I can't afford it either.
But yeah, so this is a $6,000 bill. I love how they add an 18% service charge, and they're like, for your convenience, we've added a service charge. Oh, this is so convenient. You've added a grand
zoom
onto
in.
my bill.
Yeah, zoom in. Let's see the individual items. Some of the individual items.
So the biggest one is the tomahawk steak. Oh no, there's a bottle of, I assume, champagne.
Yeah.
Sprite, $10.
That's
French fries, $30.
$30 for a burrata.
What's a burrata?
Mozzarella.
It's just a ball of cheese.
It's a gun.
It's $30.
From the burrata. Brup.
$5.95 for an espresso isn't too
espresso.
bad.
160 for two spaghetti. Who's eating all this food? 2 mashed potatoes.
You know what though? Obviously, she's gone out for dinner with friends, and then they've taken a picture of a bill. But they're all just splitting that between them all.
Yeah, but then she's posted being like, as a man, you should pick up this bill.
Is 40 David P? What is that? They don't put.
Like, as a man, we're going to Weatherspoons. It's Steak Tuesday.
The espresso is the most reasonable thing on there.
Yeah, $5.95. I might go there for an espresso.
I could afford an espresso.
What's
I don't think I'm going to get a
green?
tomahawk.
I don't understand the Sprite. One Sprite for $10 though. What sort of Sprite is that? That's the whole liter bottle.
No, that's a can.
Yeah,
That's mad.
yeah. So yeah, if we zoom out,
Spinach.
you can see what
Who's
she
buying
says.
spinach at a restaurant?
Oh man, this is what I remember. I took my ex-girlfriend. This might be why she's my ex-girlfriend, but I took her.
Is this Stacey in
no,
Australia?
this was Sophia. Yeah, so me and Sophia, when it was like eat out to help out, there was this like place. We were staying in this hotel in Chelsea, and it had a place like this really nice steak place, and it was like because it was eat out to help out. It was like 15 quid for like 3 courses or something. I was like, let's go here. So we went there, and I've already factored in. We're getting wine because at that time I wasn't earning any money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like lockdown time. I wasn't earning any money, so it was like just I wasn't like chucking my money around like
I was earning money.
like I never do anyway.
How?
But
the government grant.
oh yeah, I had the government grant.
Yeah, I got the government
and I had like Boris's help out.
How many
to eat
are
out.
they?
I
heard
got
there's
5.
5.
I've got
Shit.
There's a 5th one. I just read about it because it was
Yes.
like apparently we've
Before
got to
they
the
gotta
end.
apply.
We got the end of the month to apply for it.
And you have to do like a little.
What,
tax
this
form,
month?
innit?
Yes, you got to do it in the next do it this week.
All right. Shit.
But yeah, so we went to this thing. And man, like, so we're in this place. So it's 15 quid for 3 courses. 15 quid for 3 courses. That's like both of us. And like, we're getting 3 courses or whatever. That's it. I get a bottle of wine, whatever. And then she's all like, "Oh, I can order a bowl of spinach." And I'm like, a bowl of spinach. That's like 7 quid. That's 7 quid. That's like way out of. We could order another 3 courses for 15 quid.
And that was the end of that relationship.
Nah, but I said. I mean, I said. I was funny about it, but like, I mean,
seen
funny,
Leo-
funny, laughing, funny.
I remember meeting you at. I met Leo at a bus stop. He's getting his lunch, and he got all the discounted food, and he got a
do
discounted
that.
bag of like 72 pence wilted brown spinach, and he's just standing at the bus stop eating the spinach out of the bag like a
Aren't you
packet of
supposed to
crisps.
wash it?
No, just eating the slugs, eating everything. It's like
No, it was
the man
washed.
has no shame.
It was already washed. That's healthy, and it wasn't all
It is.
well. It was perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Look, I've got 2 hard-boiled eggs right here. That's what I'm talking about.
This guy.
Nah, man. Waitrose, Mooch. When like right before 10 minutes before that Waitrose near your comedy club shuts.
Yeah.
Man, get in there. Everyone's like 10 pence.
What time is
amazing.
it? Is it now?
Like 11 or something. 11 p.m. It stays open quite late.
Ah.
It's amazing.
I gotta get that government grant though.
Oh yeah, get the government grant.
This is a hard one though. They make you do your kind of like mini tax return.
Yeah, for the
I had to-
estimating how much you
Yeah,
earn
I
for
just
the.
guessed. I was like, yeah, son.
Yeah.
What, you gotta do something different?
Yeah, the other ones you just went. They went. Did you have a job? Yeah, I went. All right, we trust you. But this one, they're like,
Yeah, the previous ones they just calculated it on your tax return, but this one it's like they're calculating it on what you did this year. So they want to know how much you earned this year.
Shit.
Have you earned a lot this year?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I was working.
Oh, you had a job.
No, I've been gigging a lot.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
yeah,
Well, that's
but,
just working.
But maybe it's,
Working is like in a job.
Working is job.
You're just working.
Is working.
Yeah, but okay, I'll see. So you haven't done it yet?
No,
I've done
I
it.
didn't even. I thought we couldn't do, or I thought we had to fill in a tax return. I just couldn't be fucked filling in a tax return. And that man, like my laziness cost me so much money. I couldn't even be bothered claiming on my insurance because I knew I'd have to fill in a form and all the rest.
Yeah,
Of
admin is a killer, man.
it. Oh man, it's
That's
just the
how they.
enemy.
That's how they get. That's how they get you, man.
Yeah.
I hate admin and all that stuff.
That's how the airlines get you. Like
Yeah.
I went away to Greece and I booked really, really cheap flights with Wizz Air, and then they cancelled the fucking flight and then did a new one that was like £400. Like,
Oh,
more
no
expensive.
way.
Yeah.
And they can. You don't have legal recourse to sort of like get moved for free onto the new one.
No, it was a different. Well, it was different. I'd already booked hotels, so it was different times.
Right.
So they were like,
right.
"Cool, we can move you to this flight on a Tuesday, I'm like, well, it's a 10-day holiday and you're taking 3 days out of it, and I've already
Yeah.
paid for a fucking hotel.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a bump.
Nightmare.
Yeah, and
Nightmare.
then the fucking getting the refunds, mad difficult.
Yeah.
I will give you a voucher. It's like, I don't want a voucher for your shit airline again.
Well, I was looking into going to Australia for the festivals this year, because like I think as a overseas act, 'cause like so few overseas acts are going to be there. Like you're going to sell loads of tickets, assuming there's not some sort of crazy lockdown in Perth or whatever. But you've got to spend $8,000 on a flight, because apparently like they only let in, so the airlines will only take like 30 people at a time, because there's limits on how many people like are legally allowed to enter Australia at one time. So if you've got an economy ticket, somebody comes along at the last moment, buys a first class ticket, they'll just bump you off the flight. So you've got to guarantee you get on the flight to get there, you got to spend like $8,000 on a business class ticket.
Quite expensive.
It's quite expensive, yeah.
I mean, how much is a flight normally? Like $2-3 grand?
No, less than that. Like
Really, to Australia?
Yeah. Well, I normally
Less
go
than £1,000.
less than £1,000. Yeah, I mean, I normally go like quite cheap, and I go via Southeast Asia and have like a holiday and then go on. Because man, doing it all in one go is like pretty full on.
It's quite fun. Can you still do that though?
Well, no, because Australia's not opened its borders properly yet. But I think they will, and I think they might actually do it before the
You're gonna have
festivals.
to get jabbed, Leo.
No, I've got the thing, because I've got the PCR test, so I've got antibodies, so that gets me
Did
the
you
travel
do the
passport.
antibody test?
No.
So what have you got?
So I've got the PCR. So this gives you for 180 days is the same as basically the same as a vaccine passport.
Oh, really? Okay.
Have you had a positive PCR test?
No.
All right.
We discussed about everyone in Edinburgh getting coronavirus last week.
Yeah, I think we did.
So wait, you got a positive PCR test that shows you were infected,
Yeah.
and you can show that to get into places.
Yeah, you use it to apply for this passport, and that works as a vaccine passport. It's the
Okay.
same thing. For 180 days, then I've
Is
got
that
to get
only
jabbed.
for Australia, or you can go?
No, that's for, well, Australia's not open really at all.
So what?
yet.
Every 180 days you have to get coronavirus again,
No, you just get vaccinated.
or you could get coronavirus.
Or you could get coronavirus if you wanted to go au natural.
Well,
like, have coronavirus again.
Coronavirus is a real minor. It was like it was.
It wasn't minor for me.
Oh, yeah, but you're old. I shrugged it off. Man, I took a paracetamol and I shrugged that bitch off, man. It was no problem at all. Honestly, I didn't even know I had it until I did the PCR test. Didn't even know.
So to go to Europe, what do you need?
Yeah, so I'm going to Europe. And what it used to be when I booked the things, I'm doing a tour of Austria, and I'm doing some filming in Ireland. And so it was the previous rules were like, you know, I've got the passport because I've got PCR, but I'd have to get a PCR test, another PCR test to show that I'm okay to come back to re-enter the UK. But they've scrapped that, so now I don't even need to get a PCR test.
So what do I need if I want to travel? Just to
No.
say I had-
Depends where you're going.
You're gonna get trouble going into Austria.
No, I don't think I will.
You will.
No.
Trust
Well, I
me.
just had a friend who flew from Mexico to Madrid. He said no one tested anything at all at any point. I don't think it's as efficient and as. This is the thing. The one thing that I took I'm against vaccine passports completely. Vaccine or not, get it if you want it. But a vaccine passport is where I draw the line. However, I don't think people realize how badly organized all the run out is. It's like, are you going to need a vaccine passport to go into a pub? They can't be fucked. They just like, fuck that. Go in. In Scotland, right, we're going out in the night. Oh, you have to you have to scan the thing. No one was doing anything. You pulled out your phone and you like pointed at him and that's all right, go in. No one cared. No one tried
Or
to
you just say you're exempt. Or there's one place, there's a hotel I was staying in, they're like, oh, you need to like tag like
Pay for your room.
track and trace. You need to do the track and trace QR thing, and I just all I did was I was like, okay, and then I just Googled NHS track and trace green tick, and I just got the image and showed it. It was still in Google Image. I had Google Image at the top. I'm just like, there you go.
and then he spread coronavirus to the whole of the wider Lothian area.
Oh man, Scotland was just like snowed under with coronavirus.
You know what? But I don't feel bad because I went to Liverpool the next weekend and it was just like there was no semblance of corona there. Like nothing.
So why do you not feel bad?
Well, I don't feel bad for infecting the whole of the Lothian area.
Well, because you hadn't infected Liverpool. I don't understand.
No, because I saw that they were doing the infections themselves in Liverpool, which made me feel better.
Oh, so there was coronavirus in Liverpool.
He's saying that they weren't acting like or upholding any restrictions. They
Yeah.
were just going about freely.
Yeah.
In Edinburgh.
In
In
Liverpool.
In Liverpool, my
Which
mate.
made me feel less bad about going around freely in Edinburgh when I
Right.
suspected that you and Ollie had coronavirus.
Right.
When I told you that you had coronavirus, and you both went, "I don't have coronavirus. I've just lost my sense of taste and smell."
Yeah.
Persistent cough. But I have to do this show.
I've
'cause
got
I'm
to
making-
sleep hanging from the ceiling like a bat.
I have to do this show because I'm gonna lose £1,000 if I don't do it.
I was pulling I pulled like 4 shows. But then when I got tested, like, I had coronavirus.
Yeah. Man, Ollie Horn gave everyone a coronavirus.
Yeah.
If you had seen a face of someone with coronavirus, it was him.
Oh, man.
Ah.
We've got 2 more pieces on the thing. We've got
We've been going an hour. Though.
yeah. Should we end on this nice fun one?
The
Yeah.
abortion one.
Yeah.
Someone reported that, so I'm the moderator of the Facebook Comedy Collective.
Who reported it?
Well, hold on. So I obviously after I outed Simon Kane, who's now alright and actually quite funny.
Yeah.
I am now the
Shout out to
administrator.
Simon.
Shout out to Simon Kane. Wagwan.
Follow him on YouTube.
Yeah,
Brap.
he's got a really interesting video about Twitter actually.
Yeah.
It's really good. So Simon Kane, although he was a nerd, he's now quite cool and we all like him. Anyway, someone reported this on the
Comedy Collective.
Comedy Collective, but I thought, well, this is just someone looking for a comedian.
Paying
This is work.
$500 cash. That's a decent fee.
And it's in Manhattan, in New York. That's a great night out. I was like, man, I got to leave that up there, so I left it.
So yeah, and in case people can't read it, basically it's a mother. Her daughter's pregnant. She's gonna
For now, anyway.
for now anyway. And the mother really seems really distraught about this procedure that they're gonna have to go through. No, she doesn't really. She's just like, yeah, we're getting an abortion from Darius's coronavirus has come back. We're getting an abortion from a daughter. So because it's going to be, she'd be a terrible mum, and the baby would look all weird and stuff. I mean, that's a good reason to get an abortion. I think that family, maybe they should have all got abortions, but it's going to be a rough day for the family, so we'll need a laugh. So we want to hire a stand-up comedian. Must be good at roasting or doing funny raps.
Looking for stand-ups like Sinbad, Tom Solgura, and Howie Mandel.
They should have get Pun Man.
They
Yeah.
should have got Pun Man.
Yeah, I'd be in there. Who ordered abortion of chips?
Hey! I don't know why they post it on the Comedy Collective though. They won't find any comedians. On
So
there.
who grassed it up?
Oh, just some some of the stuff that gets reported in that is just some rat. It's basically like Reddit, except like I know who's actually reporting it.
Yeah, well, because I'm a admin on another comedy forum, and yeah, when you see people reporting stuff, sometimes it's legit, but sometimes it's just like, oh, you like just get a life.
Facebook's dead now though. I never go on it.
No, it's still useful for comedy, like for work stuff. Not work.
I
work
deleted
stuff.
mine ages
Man,
ago.
I rarely got like. There's always like a million requests.
The thing looks old and shitty, man.
Yeah,
This
That-
is-
I'm never on it for fun. Just like the pro comedy gig list.
Yeah, I did see
Good
that. Maybe that's useful, but Facebook is just dead.
Yeah, it is.
You ever seen Corey Holcomb abortion jokes?
No.
He's got, he's got some great abortion jokes. Not that I'm a fan of abortion, but he's got some great.
But
You're
a fan of
religious now.
jokes.
Huh?
You're religious now.
I was always religious.
You're thinking about going to church.
Yeah, I gotta get my soul right.
Why don't you go to mosque?
I think about that as well sometimes.
Why don't you become a Buddhist?
I think about that sometimes as well.
What about Jewish person?
Nah.
Oh.
That's racist. That's
So-
anti-Semitic.
But nah,
I don't know. I don't think you can.
I've got a Quran at home.
You can't just
And I-
become a Jew.
what about-
you can
what's
only. I think it's just women.
What
that
about
can.
Alias?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Do you want to
Yeah.
see the
can.
sign language for abortion?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Oh jeez.
Oh. No, not this one. What's happened?
I don't
here?
want to see it.
That's it. You don't want to see it? Well, avert your eyes. Because this is it.
Oh no.
You know what? Now that I'm a father, I feel bad. I feel bad about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
Asian people doing sign language.
Yeah. Racist.
But I mean,
Crazy.
the thing with abortion is it's a sort of necessary evil because like you never outlaw abortion, you just outlaw safe abortions.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
But I saw a debate on YouTube about this, and they said like, At which point do you say it's okay to do an abortion? And I had all this from like the fetal cells to the baby.
Right, up to
and I
8
was
years
like,
old.
and I was like, that one there where it's just getting arms and legs. That's the
Yeah.
that's where it's
Was
too
that
far
like 2
gone.
weeks or something?
No, I think that's like the 2 months or something.
Oh, right.
So they're quite into it.
Yeah.
But I get it when it's still cells. I think, so,
Yeah.
but when it's starting to take on human
I
form,
think life is magical, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm
It's-
pro-choice. I mean, I don't think you should.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good thing. I hate how all these liberal lefties
Celebrating
like really
it is
celebrating.
really-
Like, oh yeah, got another abortion. Oh, it's so cool. It's like, oh, that's disgusting. You know what I mean? Like at least, like I don't know.
Yeah, in some cases, yeah, you know, it's got to be done.
It's
and
always
whatnot, and it's
Kinda sad.
Yeah, but
Well, I saw there's a picture of a.
but yeah,
like,
celebrating it is wrong.
Where a woman said 21 abortions. Like you're just not helping anyone's cause. You're
Yeah,
helping
yeah.
your own cause.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah,
woman's choice. Although it should be the man's choice then if the woman chooses to have the baby, whether or not he wants to pay for it. That's my theory.
Have you decided whether or not you're going to pay for your own child
I've given Elsa permission
to claim child benefit?
to claim child benefit.
have you got a prenup, Darius?
Yeah. But
Did
the
she make you sign
The
one?
only one who signed the prenup would be me signing it for her. Like half the assets. I'm gonna sue you, bitch. I'm gonna get half your house. I'm gonna get half your car. I'll take half everything.
I've got a prenup.
Why?
Really?
Yeah,
I would never sign a prenup. I don't even care. Even if I
I'm
was
gonna
rich.
be worth like $2 billion.
Well, even if but even if I was worth, why do you care? Man, if I was worth like, say I get worth £1 billion, I wouldn't mind if.
I love you, wife.
Yeah, I would. Money means
I'm contractually obliged to say that from the prenup.
nothing. Mooch, when is your kid due?
Next month.
Ooh,
Yeah,
gonna be a dad.
I am.
All right, let's call it quits because my lawyer's calling me.
All right. Yeah.
My lawyer's calling me too.
Yeah.
About the prenup.
Shout out to Tanya.
My local Weatherspoon is calling me.
that would be an interesting one for next week. That will. All right, I've been Darius Davies. Like and subscribe.
Yes, follow us on social media. Free Speech Podcast.
I've been Leo Kers.
And I'm Mooch. Get the vaccine.
Get a vaccine.